Market Aurora.
Thank you, Speaker. Speaker, my question is to the Minister of Infrastructure. And I want to ask the Minister about yet another questionable, if not fraudulent, activity at another one of the government's agencies. This time it involves GO Transit and its dealings with CN Rail. In a confidential email to 5 of his colleagues, Mr. Darrell Barnett, who was CN's divisional manager for Ontario at the time, set out in great detail how CN would recover some $385,000 of CN's over-expenditures from GO Transit. The plan included measures such as using partially worn tie plates and padding invoices. In the end, the email reads, total exposure reduced from $385,000 to $78,000. My question to the Premier is this. Who at GO Transit was complicit with this scheme to fund taxpayer infrastructure dollars to CN to fund its expenditure overrun?
Thank you. I remind the member he directed his question in his preamble to the Minister of Infrastructure, not the Premier. Minister of Infrastructure and Transportation.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. I think CN, and I hope the member is opposite, this is the second time we've heard these allegations. CN has put out a comprehensive report, as I understand, denying all of this and giving evidence. I will further... Mr. Speaker, we will...
The member from Halton will withdraw.
Really? Withdraw.
Thank you. Thank you.
Mr. Speaker, so I hope the member has done his homework. I will certainly look at it. I want to say one thing, Mr. Speaker, though, about that. I mean, this is the party that loves to trash GO Transit. Today, as you probably know, Mr. Speaker, GO Transit won the American Public Transportation Association, of which they are a member. This is the U.S. Best Service Award for the best large public transportation system in North America, a Canadian. So we're best in North America, a Canadian.
Thank you. Stop the clock. Be seated, please. Be seated, please. Thank you. Supplementary.
Speaker, that's the same defensive rhetoric I heard from the Minister of Health when we first asked questions about Orange in this country. Speaker, the email to which I'm referring from Mr. Barnett said this, I quote, "We have run ourselves into some unexpected over-expenditures to date, and I would like to establish a strategy to mitigate or get out of as many as possible." A strategy, Speaker, that I find it difficult to believe that people at GO Transit were not part of. Would it surprise the Minister to know that the same Darrell Bennett, who was the architect of that strategy, left as division engineer at CN in 2008 and within days was hired by GO Transit, and today that same individual is director of railway corridor infrastructure for GO Transit. I would like to ask the Minister this. Will he defend what went on there, or will he do what is right, order an investigation into what is going on at GO Transit and between GO Transit and CN, and ensure that...
Thank you. Be seated, please. Be seated, please. Thank you. You're not helping. Minister.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. As the member opposite may know, we just went through an investigation where similar allegations were raised with CN. They turned out after an extensive Mr. Speaker, they turned out after a very thorough investigation that there was no validity to it, that the deals between CN and GO were not only above board, but very valid and very fair. Mr. Speaker, if the member has any evidence at all, then he should table it with me and the ministry. And as you know from earlier conversations today, Mr. Speaker, We have no fear of opening up an investigation at all. We just completed one. We are not shy about transparency, and my Premier makes sure that I and every other minister aren't afraid, and she supports us in inquiries, as we found out with the release today. Mr. Speaker, I have no fear of it.
The member for Newmarket Aurora on a point of order.
Speaker, further to the minister's offer, we don't trust him, but we do want the Auditor General.